Maverick 100.9, Aggie Land's country alternative. It's Corliss, and it's always an exciting day when I get to meet a new friend. Today, I've got Randy Seymour. How are you?
I'm just okie dokie and getting better as the day is getting along.
I know how that goes. You know, we got to get our morning coffees in and then just tackle the day the best we can.
No, there is no good excuse.
None whatsoever. Well, I'm just really so excited to meet you. We've got friends in low places, and believe it or not, people in radio talk to each other. So a buddy of mine hollered out at me and said, "You got to meet this guy. He's super cool." And I was like, "Well, of course. I'll take your word over anything." So I can't wait to learn more about you. But first and foremost, we got to talk about new music. You have released a new single called Luckenbach, which I'm already in love with it from the title. So tell me a little bit more.
Okay, first of all, Luckenbach is a place, if you've been there, you know, there's two kind of people that go to Luckenbach. There's the people that go there and they go, "Is this it?" And then there's other people that go there and they say, "This is it." So,
yes!
Yep. So my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, I was doing a 2-night stand in San Antonio. And I told her, I said, "Hey, you want to go out to Luckenbach, Texas?" She goes, "Is it real?" I said, "Well, yeah." She said, "I thought it was just a song." I said, No.
I did that too. My husband used to sing it to me, and we still have never been.
Oh, well, you got to go. I mean,
right?
But she said, "Well, okay, if it's a real place." I said, "Yeah, it's a real place." So we drove out there, and there wasn't anybody there that day. It was like on a Thursday or something, and she just loved it. She just loved it. So we came back to Texas a few times, and we were living in Tennessee. And so she just kept talking about how much she loved that place. And then there were all these other little places that were out of the way that we just kind of made our little places because they kind of had our vibe. And so all this stuff just kind of rolled around and turned into a song. And I played it for her one night. She goes, "Oh, this is great. I love this. This is all about us." And I said, "Yeah."
Oh, my heart. But you really come to love these little communities. Like even me personally, I live in College Station, which is a phenomenal city. I absolutely love it here. We have everything. So it's kind of a, why would you ever go anywhere else? But if you drive just down the road to Navasota or Brenham or Caldwell, the list goes on and on. Like I love these little communities, and they are so full of just wonderful people and great atmosphere and everything.
They're sweet little towns with nice people, and genuinely nice people.
Absolutely. And I feel like Luckenbach really goes along that same as well. So even if you haven't been to Luckenbach, you can probably relate to this song, because I think everybody's fallen in love with a little town, whether you live there or not.
Right. Your own little out of the way zone in the world.
Yes.
Which really, a lot of people, they discover it in different ways. This is just kind of the way that we discovered it.
Beautiful. Well, I am excited to kind of put this story on air here. Y'all, we are going to debut it for the very first time on Maverick 100.9. This is Randy Seymour and Luckenbach. Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but you can find it on any downloading and streaming platforms. And today's interview continues now. Maverick 100.9. You just heard it here first. That was Luckenbach by Randy Seymour. And that's C, the letter C, and more, not Seymour, not Feed Me Seymour. But we got Randy here. Do you get that a
lot? No, but some people do ask me, why did you put the C in there? Why not just Randy Moore? Well, it's like, I used to go under Randy Moore without the C in the middle. But then I Googled Randy Moore one day, and I noticed that there's a young lady out there who apparently she can't afford very much clothing to wear, and she has a lot of people that want to make pictures of her. And, God bless her, she's going to catch her death of cold if she keeps dressing like that. So her little picture keeps coming up on Randy Moore. So I thought, I got to do something about this. I need a little separation. So I put the C in the middle, and because the C is an actual, it stands for Charles. So it's not just made up, but I had to do it. It was a career move.
Yes. Well, at least it was like somebody completely different. So like duh. But for a lot of people, it's so funny. I have friends that they have the same name as other singers of the same sex, and it gets very confusing very quick.
Oh, sure.
We'll just start calling you Randy Corliss more. See, okay. Nobody can take the Corliss, you know?
There it is. There it is. The thing about it is we could switch it around. I could be Randy Corliss, Randy Corliss Moore, Randy Corliss Moore Mellencamp, Randy Corliss Cougar, Moore Mellencamp. I mean, the list just goes on and on. And then I could just be the artist formerly known as Randy Corliss Moore.
There you go.
Just a symbol.
Now I'm jealous because I can't find any way to switch up Corliss. If you want to Google me, you just type in really loud blonde radio girl and I pop up everywhere. That's the only, because nobody can ever remember my name.
Now, that surprises me because I have never known anyone with your name.
Really?
Never. I've never met a Corliss in my whole life.
I've heard of a few, and from what I've heard, they're always blonde and always kind of crazy, which the name means carefree and outgoing. So I guess my dad knew something while I was still in the womb. I don't know.
All right. Or maybe they're not telling you something while they were running around.
You can't put it past my parents, man. They birthed all of this. That's a whole lot to unpack there.
You had crazy infused in your DNA.
You got it. Well, speaking of crazy all over the place, have you been touring much? How's that been going?
Well, right now I'm doing what they call a radio tour, which actually be considered part of the tour, even though you and I aren't actually physically in the same room. We are visiting over a great distance, which by meaning a great distance, I mean a distance farther than me walking to my mailbox and back. So I just got back from the Dallas-Fort Worth area up in Keller, talking with my buddy up there, Brett Watts. I've been out to Comanche. Of course, I've seen the Buzzman over in Fairfield. I'm going to be going down to Mason, Texas, and to Kerrville. I'll be coming to the College Station area. There's a gig that I got there in a couple of weeks. Some crazy place where they've got a lake or something out there, and it's a big stage or something.
Oh yeah, out at Bryan Lake.
That's it. I think that's something. And I'm trying to think of the name of the place, but I'll come up with it later. I know.
Right.
Obviously, when it's not important. So, this just happened to me the other day. I was relating a story to somebody, and I couldn't remember the last name of a very important person. And then I'm driving down the road, and I thought, well, I wish I had his number because I could tell him what I was thinking of.
Right?
You do that?
You and I are on the same page here. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast, let alone trying to, or mine is my voice. We had a funny situation a couple months ago. I had an award show and was hosting a music festival all in the same week. So to say the least, I lost my voice. So they had a very grumbly Corliss, and I went to announce it was Colby Cooper. And I have a microphone in my hand, and I got out Colby, and I go to mouth the word Cooper, and Cooper just doesn't come out of my mouth. It just didn't come out.
Ouch.
It just cut, and it kind of scared me for a little bit. But I'm like, man, if that ain't the most Corliss moment, I don't know what is.
Here you go.
You can't win them all, Randy.
Hey, it doesn't take a Slurpee to give you a brain freeze these days. Anyway.
Well,
but I've been going everywhere, like you said. I've been going all over the place. I play a lot of places here in Texas. A lot of these little towns that you and I kind of have an affinity for. I've played over in Brenham, and I play in a little place called Woodville. I play up here in East Texas in Lufkin and Nacogdoches. Heck, I'm in Palestine. I'm in Kilgore. I'm in Tyler. If the population doesn't exceed six figures, or if it stays at five figures, then I'm probably there. If it goes to six, then I'm done. Right? I'm not a six-figure guy yet. So.
I love that. Well, definitely go check out Randy C. Moore. He is coming to town and he's touring everywhere. And of course, like we were talking about, those small towns that we love. If you loved this brand new single, Luckenbach, you can download and stream it everywhere now. You gotta check this guy out because he's a whole lot of fun. And Randy, I've just had a blast getting to know you today.
It's been a good start to my day, and I want you to continue to laugh, smile, and forget insignificant and significant things. And you know what? The next one you forget, say, this is Randy's fault. Or actually, you can say, this is what's his name's fault.